Hey YouTube, I am Megan and I'm starting my first video blog tonight. I'm doing this video blog about infertility and adoption because it's something that has affected me and my husband, and it's one of those things that for infertility, we never thought that we'd have to face. Adoption actually is something that, has always been on my heart even before I was married and thinking about children of my own. I thought one day I'd want to adopt. So I will, in separate videos, talk about different subjects and different things that we've been going through specifically, but I just want to give you kind of the synopsis of where we're at and how we got there without making this video too long. This is just kind of my intro video. So again, like I said, my name is Megan. My husband's name is Josue. We have been married, it'll be 5 years in April of 2012, so really soon. And we have been together since I was 14 and he was 15 years old. We met at church camp and fell in love. Crazy story. And again, I'll tell that more in detail another time. But, we love each other. We've been together for a long time. And we waited about 2 years into our marriage before we started officially trying to conceive. And, we started trying in February, I think it was 2009, I want to say, if that equals out 3 years. So we started trying and we were very excited, and, there was no thought in my head at that time that we were going to be struggling with infertility. Like, that was not something that I was thinking about. So we came to this point, basically, 6 months in, I started getting stressed out because I was having friends around me getting pregnant, and most of them actually got pregnant on their first month. Some of them second month in, but, they were stressed out after they didn't get pregnant their first month and then would by their second month. So I thought, okay, this is kind of weird. 6 months in, nothing's happened, and we're really young and we're healthy from as far as we know, and I don't know, what could be wrong. So we went to the doctor at that time, and they said, it can take 6 months to a year for the average, healthy couple. So don't stress too much, but, maybe we should start thinking about doing some testing and even having my husband tested. And we kind of were like, we'll put that as our very last thing to do. We're not going to worry about that. So basically, after trying for quite a while, we finally came to the point, a year passed and then getting closer to 2 years. So we finally made an appointment with the infertility specialist and did all sorts of testing. And basically, long story short, for our infertility, we were told by the end of all our testing that we had a 2% chance of naturally conceiving our own child, and recommended that we skip over IUIs and go straight to IVF. That those were going to be our best chances. So that kind of was I don't even know how to describe what you feel when you're told that. Kind of in denial, kind of in shock, and yet there was this peace because, we're Christian, we believe in a God who does miracles, and we also believe in a God who knows what he's doing. And, if for whatever reason at that time, or, for whatever reason, if we aren't supposed to ever have children, we trust that there's a reason for that. So we had thought, okay, well, let's really look into IVF, and we started thinking about it, and we really wanted to do it. We were talking to our family about it, and we were ready to move forward with it, but then we ended up getting a job offer in another state here in Ohio, and we were living in Arizona at the time with all our friends and all our family lived there, and but we felt like this was something we were supposed to do. We're now working for a young discipleship program that is called Master's Commission. We're in the Master's Commission of Greater Cincinnati. Me and my husband are the directors of it, and I'll give you a link on here at some point if you're interested in knowing more about that. Again, we decided, okay, if we're going to have to move from Arizona to Ohio and we're going to go do this job, we're going to have to put doing IVF on hold. So we made that decision that we were going to do that because we felt like, we were called, that it was from God that we were to come here to Ohio. And, now we've been here for almost 9 months, and we decided to start, about 2 months ago. I started considering, again, IVF, talked to my husband, and he was on board with it. We wrote a letter. We never sent it in, and I'll get to why later, but wrote a letter to, I think it's the Madeline Gordon Foundation, who tries to raise money and give money to people who meet their certain, requirements, which we met. Give them about 2/3 of what it would cost to pay for IVF. And I put that off for a while. And even backtracking a little bit more, we had somebody that we knew who was pregnant, and she was considering adoption, but at the time things didn't really line up well with what me and my husband were looking for, without giving too much detail because I want to keep her stuff private. But a lot of stuff didn't at the time line up, so we didn't think it was going to happen, so we kind of put it out of our heads. And then I got a call, about a month ago saying that, basically told us a couple of things that we were waiting to hear before we were really ready to consider this adoption. And so we were really excited, and we thought, okay, actually this is going to happen. We began our search for a home study center, and we found one and talked to them. They sent us application. We've filled everything out. We've started to gather all our information. Basically, we have to send the application in, and then they send us more paperwork to fill out, but I've already started preparing that. But in the meantime, we recently found out that this adoption is not going to be going through, which it was heartbreaking because, of course, we're excited. We started thinking about, clothes and buying little clothes for the baby, and thinking about the baby's room, and started even, getting some things for that. Nothing major. But, we told some people, and we were getting excited, and we started an adoption fund online. But, again, we have this peace about it because, we'd been praying that if, God, if this isn't something that's supposed to happen, if this baby's not supposed to be ours, then you shut the door and don't let it happen. But if it is, then we're excited. And, so basically, he closed the door officially on it. And we are okay with that, but we are going to continue our home study process, finish that, and then we're going to see where it goes from there and see, maybe there's another child waiting. And who knows, it might seem impossible, but we're believing that there's going to be a way that we get matched up with somebody, who's considering adoption for their child. And we're ready for that, and that's pretty much where we're at right now. So, if you watch this and you have some questions, feel free to ask me and post some questions. But I promise I will make more videos and hopefully get to introduce you to my husband if I can convince him to make some of these with me. I've been wanting to do this video blog for about a year. I've been following a channel on YouTube called Our Adoption Option, and you should really check them out also if you are dealing with infertility or adoption. They are, at the point where they just completed their second adoption, so congratulations, you guys. And I will post a link for you guys to a blog that I had started a while back. I never completed it because it happened around the time that we were diagnosed with the 2% chance of conceiving, and I just kind of got overwhelmed and discontinued it for pretty much permanently. I might, get back to it, but now that I'm doing the video blogs, there's probably not much of a reason to. So anyways, here is a link right there. You can go check it out if it's something that you want to see, before we got diagnosed, some of the stuff I wrote. Thank you guys for checking out my first YouTube video. I hope that you guys come back and check out more posts as my husband and I begin to tell our story of infertility and adoption. And I will, talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.